early voting and mail-in, which mail-in really there is not that many. We might have the total, the final count of the results for today's election, and let me see, more people are getting closer to that door, but nothing happened, ¿verdad?
No. And this couldn't be possible, guys. But let's go to, vamos a remember, guys, La Fiesta of Flight is this weekend. Don't make no plans to leave Del Rio. Make your plans to stay here. Stay here. Quédense aquí. ¿Por qué? Because you're going to be seeing some high power in it. Ándale. Dicen poquito y poquito y nada. Y nada. I mean, what time do they officially need to start counting the early voting?
My understanding is that today, while the elections are going on election day is when they can start counting the early voting numbers. And usually, sometimes, like I say, there have been years where they'll give us, right after 7 o'clock in the afternoon, they'll give you the totals of early voting and mail-in, because they already have those numbers. And then we'll wait for the final results when they count all the people that have voted on today's election. So let's see what happens today. We do have a new county clerk, and
she might do things a little bit different.
Different, exactly. So let me see how it is. And no, not yet.
Not yet.
They say that it's not going to take that long. Again, we do not know. No sabemos. Nos dijeron hay una persona que está dentro de la esa en un ratito. Pero ese ratito no sé cuánto viene, si cuántas horas o cuántos minutos. Y también no sabemos qué resultados nos van a dar. We don't know what kind of result they're gonna give us first. Either the total, the final count, or they can give us early voting and mail-in. Mail-in only, as Ramiro Guzman told us, they were not that many, for about 35, 36.
Yes, not that many.
Not many. And it wouldn't take that much time to count 37 ballots. Let me get closer to that again.
Vamos a ver. ¿Verdad? Let's see what happens.
We can see a sign for a former county judge and former president of the Republican Party, Laura Allen. So we still awaiting the results. Si puedes poner la cámara a la puerta, let's see, focus the camera on the door where they're going to be. Oh, it is already there. Okay. Where the door where the people are waiting, that's where Miss Chapoy is going to come on and tell us, and she is going to tell us the Facebook y KWMC 1490 AM, Classic Hits. What should we put some music or and radio, and we can just leave the image of the...
Si en la cabina a lo mejor maybe.
A lo mejor que...
A lo mejor saben o no saben, eso maybe we'll see, pero allá como quiera viene Memo aquí, and I will be leaving momentarily, y se lo dejamos aquí con Memo, as hopefully los resultados dijeron que estamos así, compa.
No sabemos qué tanto sea en eso. Pero como
así
quiera,
dicen siempre.
Hopefully soon. Again, there is a new county clerk. How she's going to be handling these elections, still we do not know. Let's see what she's going to give us first, and then we let you know what is going to happen. It is already been passed. No, exactly 2 hours since the polls closed. So in 2 hours probably they will kind of let Let me see, Mr. Ken Herrera is here. Ken. Hello, Ken. Good evening. Still waiting. Give me your. What do you think? How long is it going to take before we know the final results? Do you think that we're going to get first the early voting in mail-in and then the total results later on? How do you think it's going to work out this time?
Well, in as you know, in past elections, they usually come out with the mail-in and the early voting numbers first before they give us the rest of the numbers. But here it is, almost 9 o'clock already, and we haven't even got the results of those yet, of the early voting. But I think it's going to be a good indicator of who's going to win the local races, because we had about 10% of the registered voters in both Democratic and Republican parties come out and vote.
Which is almost the same. Ramiro Guzman was telling me, and also Eddie Amesco was telling me the number of people that came out to vote, and he says the same thing. You know, Bon Nettleton, have the same people, the same amount of people coming out to vote 4 years ago.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So as I was expecting that because of the number of candidates, more people will come out to vote. That was not the case.
That's not the case. Like I said, the voter apathy here in Del Rio is really bad. But I think in the November general elections, being that we have you have a presidential ballot is made, we'll have. I'm thinking in that race, because if I remember in 2020, we had almost 19% of the voters come out that year. Mm-hmm. If anyone's interested, you can look it up on the county's website. Go under to the county clerk's office, and you click on elections, and then go to election history. You can find that information.
Right.
So.
Excellent. Let's see what is going to happen. Still waiting, and hopefully somebody's coming. Some more people are coming on. Like I say, we don't know if she's going to say it louder, or she's going to only, place the results on the window. So there's a couple of things that they used to do. Yeah. Some will just paste the results on the window. Yeah. Some other times they just say verbally the numbers. So we'll see what happens. Thank you very much, Mr. Ken Herrera. I think that nuestro relevo ya llegó, el que se va a quedar hasta las 3 de la mañana. Hello. And ladies and gentlemen, we're going to welcome our boss, welcome Mr. Guillermo Garza to the live broadcast on Facebook Live. And ¿qué otro me dijo? Google me dijo, ¿verdad? Google.
No, YouTube.
Sí. Facebook Live en KWMC 1490 AM Classic Hit. Welcome.
Estamos en vivo en las 3. Sí. En las 3. Ahorita nosotros llegamos tarde porque estábamos viendo el juego, transmitiendo también el juego. We were broadcasting the game for the Rams against Laredo United. Unfortunately, the Rams lost 4-2. They got one player down. They got a red card. So after that, it just went downhill, right? It's kind of hard with one less player to play. But congratulations to the Rams. They did they had a good game. And that's why we're not here, but we're here ready. Estamos esperando que para estas horas ya nos dieran algún tipo de resultado. Señor Javier, usted y yo, you and I have been covering these. I remember when my son was born. That's the only time I think I didn't come and help you, right?
Because you didn't make it.
I didn't make it. But those were the general elections because he was born in November 3rd, which was.
And I still have the cigar.
Yes, we bought a cigar for that. Our son, this time we are here. We're fortunate enough to be here. These are the primaries for our city or for our county. For our county, excuse me, not for our city, but for our county. Precinct 1, Precinct 3, and some other people that are actually participating in this election. So it'll be good, right? Precinct 1 has a lot of candidates. Precinct 3 has 4 candidates. I think those are the ones that... 4. Me dijeron que 4. So, vamos a
sí,
ver.
sí, sí,
Son
cuatro,
4,
yo creo
sí.
que sí, yeah.
Vamos a ver qué es lo que pasa. Vamos a ver qué es lo que sucede. We were hoping, we've been covering these for, we could say what?
Since 90, 96,
97, 1997. So we've been doing it for quite a while,
Yeah.
and we've never been able to get results in a timely manner. Well, I think our last elections we got them around 10, 11 at night. So how it looks right now, I think that's what we're going to be waiting for. Ahorita dice usted que le dijeron que ya faltaba poquito, a little bit.
Sí, dijeron así que faltaba poquito, una persona que estaba ahí adentro, pero we still,
Pero bueno, así dicen siempre.
I don't know now. One of the things that,
Uh-huh.
that probably we would like to know is if they're going to give us early voting and mail-in first,
Well,
or
we've
they're going to give us
noticed
the total.
Well, we've noticed that this new county clerk has
right.
been doing things a little bit different
Right.
than we're used to, right? So, of course, new county clerk, new ideas. So we'll have to see. Maybe she'll give us the whole total, which I hope she does.
Yeah.
Or we usually would get the early voting first, and then after that we would have to wait for today's voting.
today's voting, exactly.
This time around we'll have to see what happens.
Now, how she's going to do it, sometimes they used to place and paste the page of the results
Yes,
in the window.
and then you can
some
go
other-
you can go write them down, or you can go read them out. Uh-huh.
And then another time she will come on
And give us
and-
everybody
no, or
yeah,
say the number.
or say the numbers
Right.
exactly.
Uh,
The other option that we had last time was they actually printed out a whole bunch of sheets for everybody, and they gave out sheets to everybody. That way, everybody can get the information at one time,
At
pass
least,
it
at
out.
least the media. Usually,
Yeah, at least the media, yeah.
Usually the newspaper
and the candidates, yeah.
And usually it used to be KWMC and the News Herald. Now we do not have the News Herald. Probably it's going to be KWMC and the other newspaper here, which is the 8:30 Times, which is Joel. Is here too. Also, the former judge Laura Allen is there. We see one of the candidates for precinct 1 there, Sergio Diaz, and some other candidates that we already have interviewed are here, just waiting for the result. Joe Garza, he represents Robert Garza on the race for state representative. That's what we have so far here.
We have so far, yes. Like we say always, as always, waiting for the results is a time-consuming event here, but that's what has to be done, right? So we were hoping, I think all of us were hoping, especially in the media department, to get them a little bit sooner, because we do still have a lot of stuff to do, right? What was the latest I remember we stayed? 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, and then we would call it off, right?
Right.
We would call it off, and then we would come in the morning to
Pick up the
the results at the end.
right.
Yeah. So today we're planning on doing the same till, I don't know.
But really, since not that many people came out to vote,
Yeah.
really probably we thought that we could get the result earlier. Usually they start counting early voting and mail-in the day of election day, so by
Well-
7 o'clock they should have
Well,
already the results. But like I
That's
say,
a
I
good
don't
thing
know.
you point out, but it also, remember, that used to be with the other
Right,
county
the
clerk,
other
so
county
we don't
clerk.
know what this county clerk is going to do. So we have to wait for the results. We have to see if she's going to wait for everything to give us a whole total, or give us the early voting first and then the total. So it just depends on what
Right.
she feels like doing.
And
right?
also, my understanding is that she will ask the chairman of the Republican Party and the chairman of the Democratic Party and ask them how do they want to conduct the whole election results. They may say, no, let's wait and give all the totals at one time, or they may say they come up with an agreement of saying, let's give out the early voting first, and then
the next one.
and then the next one
And
later
then
on.
today's results, yeah.
Whenever we have the totals. So that's another thing that sometimes county chairs have different ideas on how to conduct or to give out the results. Some maybe the Democratic chair will say, no, I would like to wait until we give the full amount of the totals, and the other chair will say, no, let's give first the early voting. So probably it is some kind of of discussions there until they come up with a final result on how to do how to conduct the results. I'm hungry because pero decían
Tiene
que
2 horas apenas y ya tiene hambre.
Sí, pero decían que había comida
En la esquina.
fajita, sí.
Bueno.
Entonces no sé si ir o esperarnos, o si quieres hacer alguna entrevista, si quieres hacer una entrevista con...
Podemos, lo que usted quiera, podemos ver.
¿Quieres entrevistar a Raúl?
A García,
Para
sí, a ver si
¿verdad?
está disponible.
Déjame,
Échamelo,
y
échamelo.
se sientan
Sí,
ahí.
ahorita me siento ahí.
¿verdad? Y luego le hacemos... yo creo, así,
Exactamente.
así lo dejamos.
¿Qué le parece si le pongo para ir un corte de comercial mientras
Ándale,
usted lo trae?
Estaría perfecto.
Y
me parece
regresamos
mucho muy bien.
ahorita después de este.
Biggest event of the year is happening March 8th through the 10th. Shop Doorbusters starting at $2.99 and an exclusive delivery offer. Plus, earn 3% back with 12-month special financing on a qualifying in-store purchase with your Ashley Advantage Synchrony credit card for a limited time at Ashley.
El evento más grande del año de Ashley. Recibe 3% de reembolso con 12 meses de financiamiento especial en compras que califiquen en la tienda hechas con tu tarjeta de crédito Ashley Advantage Synchrony por tiempo limitado en Ashley.
Ok, aquí estamos de regreso y nos encontramos con Mr. Alatorre. Mr. Alatorre, muy buenas noches, ¿cómo está?
Muy bien, gracias a Dios ya estamos en los fines y
En la final,
En la
la
final.
recta final. This is something that we've been, well, actually, Javier and myself have been doing for a while. Are these your first elections for something for the county?
for the county. Well, not really, because I was actually running for hospital district,
Okay.
and I ran 3 times already.
Okay,
So, and I actually served 3 times, 2 terms.
3 terms. Okay,
Yes.
so that's awesome. But this time you are running for
For
County
County
Commissioner
Commissioner.
Precinct 3.
That's correct.
How have been your experience before on waiting these results? You know, waiting for the results. That has always been the same as us. You know, waiting. You know, time after time, a little bit less. It has been getting a little bit better, but I think we could get. We hope to get the results. You know, way sooner, right?
I'm hoping it will be till midnight.
hope
You know, at least
so.
to 10:30 because
Yes.
I mean midnight's a long ways. I think it's like they say. Everything's about improvement. You know, I mean, this is something big for everybody. I know the rest of the candidates are running also for one of the results.
Yes.
It's about patience. I think every time that we actually have an election, maybe in 2 years, 3 years, there's going to be some improvement done.
Yeah.
And I know that the secretary, Mrs.
Chapoy?
Chapoy, this is her first time, if I'm mistaken.
Yes.
So, she's going to learn from this experience.
Yeah.
But it's a matter of actually working with a team. You cannot be pointing fingers at each other.
Yeah, of
work
course.
together. We have to work together, to make improvements.
And that's what I said also on the radio. We got to give her a chance because
Yeah.
you say it's her first rodeo, right? So
Exactly.
We've got to see how things turn out now. There have some things that that have not come out as people wanted. Some lines, districts that were not verified before, right? The where people could vote, they would come and they thought they could vote for one, and they're not on that one. So things like you're saying, things can be worked on and get better as we go on. So our next elections would be the general elections, right, in November.
November, that's correct.
Where I think it's going to even take us a little bit more, right? Because we were going to have way more people come out and vote.
Exactly.
How did you look at people in your precinct? The turnout. How did you see the turnout on that?
Today actually was exciting. I was actually amazed on the amount of people that responded. I mean, I know we need more numbers.
Yeah.
But you know what? Precinct 3, kudos to everybody that actually voted and took the time to be out there. I know people were texting me. I just got off work. It was already past 7. But we
do have early voting.
There's a time limit
Yeah.
for everything. So, but you know what? I think the numbers came out good.
Yeah.
I wish they could be better. It's always better for everybody. But the numbers, I'm happy with them.
You're happy with the numbers.
Yeah,
so,
I think so.
So that also I think affects the time that we can get these results in because more people go out and vote. It takes them a little bit longer.
Yes.
You're right to get the count right and then both chairs have to be agreement with the count and all that good stuff. So it's going to take them a little bit, but we hope it doesn't take them too long, right?
Yeah, let's hope not.
Let's hope not. Yeah. So, anything else you'd like to see different in the next elections?
You know, I know that this is something that was brought to the table as far as the early voting, the location. You know, people were saying about parking.
Yeah.
You know, the traffic that I saw, there was plenty of parking. I think the location where all the candidates were actually putting their tents, their posters, it was too small.
Okay.
You know, I think we got to be more visible. But you know what? People already have their mindset who they're going to vote for. You know, we could put posters left and right, but
yeah, at the end of the day,
they already know. They already made the decision.
Yeah.
You know,
when they're coming to vote, I think they already have their mindset, right?
Yeah,
they should have their mindset on who they want to vote for, and what position they're going to take on some of the propositions that they were there. So it is something that, yeah, you're right. I guess we're just accustomed to having it at the Civic Center, where you guys have a little bit more space as candidates.
Exactly.
Right? And over here, I think it was a little bit more crowded.
Yeah, it was crowded.
Right?
It was crowded. It was over jammed out. It was just not enough room. And you know, one thing that I learned here, Memo, is you know, even though we're all running for a position, we have to actually be team players. You know, it's not about getting upset at the candidates running against you or the other individual. You know, we have to work together, because you know what, we're a small community. I'm gonna see you at Walmart, I'm gonna see you at HB.
Yeah, of course.
All
we're gonna
have to
keep
get
living
together.
around here.
Exactly. So there's no need for us to be having any kind of
issues around.
Conversations about like, hey, well, don't throw nobody, especially family. You know, one thing that people were asking me, Raul, you know what? I said, where's your supporters? You know what? I'm a one-man show. I mean, my family, you know, supports me, you know, mentally, heart-wise. I mean, they're here, they voted. But I said, you know what? This is for me to help out. I mean, I don't want my family to be involved, because it could get, you know, in a bad way that people will be talking bad or insulting. I don't want those things to happen to anybody. And I don't naturally want any of this to anybody. So I mean, but it went well.
It went well. Yeah, I think one of the reasons that it was kind of crowded is because we had a lot of candidates for one of the precincts. So
yes, precinct 1.
I think that kind of made it a little bit more difficult. So that's things that we can grow on, right? To better ourselves, to better our election process. Maybe next time be able to have it at if we have these many candidates, be able to have it at a bigger place. So we, I guess, gain experience. And like we were saying also, kudos to Ms. Chapoy. It is her first, not her first election. She had one in the past, but it was
smaller.
A smaller election. This one's more local, more people coming out, more local people involved. So the only thing we can do is just wish for the best and try to help, like you're saying, try to help each other, right? If we can help her in any way, just please go ahead and let us know. Us as a media, you guys as people that do part in our community help, like you're saying, in the hospital and different areas. Let's all get together and try to help out.
You know, and that's one thing I always say. You know, we have different entities that actually people run for positions. I'm a big believer on teamwork. You know, we have to unite together. We cannot work by ourselves. You know, Valverde, the city of Del Rio, it's about uniting together, because we all need each other somehow. Yeah. You know, it seems we cannot be standing alone.
We're at one time, right?
You know, and, you know, so we cannot rely on just, you know, hey, reach out to the hospital district, reach out to the county officials, reach out to the city officials. You know, I'm a big believer in that. You know, I think I have a good relationship with a lot of people. Even as a hospital district elected official, you know, I'm always about networking with them. You know, because I need to know what they're asking, what the people are asking. Yeah. I mean, I know people are asking certain things. That, you know what, you give me your input and I'll see what I could do. You know, but it seems like sometimes we separate each other, and we can't do that. Yeah. You know, if I get elected as a county commissioner for Precinct 3, those are my plans. You know, I mean, people are asking me, you're going to separate from the hospital? So you know what? No, it's in my heart. Healthcare's in my heart, no matter what. You know, it's very important.
It was a question that was asked a while back when people knew you were running. Yes. That what would happen if you being in part or part of the board for the hospital? You did give me a call one time, and you told me, well, it wouldn't affect you, right?
Well, my position is actually expiring already. Okay. So in other words, if I win county commissioner, I drop automatically. Okay. If I lose, I drop in the hospital district. You know, so it's a gamble. it's a gamble. I decided not to run for the hospital because I was
Okay.
going to run for county commissioner.
Okay.
So it was not a conflict of interest. A lot of people
Okay.
say it's a conflict of interest. No, it's not, because I did not sign up for hospital district.
For re-election.
Yeah, for election,
For
no,
that.
I
Okay.
didn't.
So it was you put all your marbles into being into running
county
for
commissioner.
county commissioner. So
Yes,
that's a good thing that we kind of, and you did clear that up in
Yes, I did.
in the in that time, right? So anything else you'd like to add before we go to a quick
I just
break?
want to thank you and for the support,
Mm-hmm.
and good luck to everybody. And I wish the best individuals. Whoever
Yeah.
gets selected, I got to work with precinct 1. If
Yeah.
I don't get selected, you know what? Wish you the best, and thank you for the voters. And you know what? I want to, especially your family members. Your family members took a lot of hits. I know it's a lot of energy, time-wise. It's just dedication, and I'm glad everybody put their effort into it.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much for taking the time to give us a little bit of words of encouragement. And pues ahorita vamos a ver qué es lo que pasa con las elecciones, ¿verdad?
Que Dios lo bendiga.
Que Dios lo bendiga.
And it's in God's hands, like everybody says.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever He plans for each one of us, that's where we're going to be at.
Ok. Bueno, pues
Thank you,
muchas
Memo.
gracias. Vamos a ir a un
Gracias.
corte.
Biggest event of the year is happening March 8th through the 10th. Shop Doorbusters starting at $2.99 and an exclusive delivery offer. Plus, earn 3% back with 12-month special financing on a qualifying in-store purchase with your Ashley Advantage Synchrony credit card for a limited time at Ashley.
El evento más grande del año de Ashley. Recibe 3% de reembolso con 12 meses de financiamiento especial en compras que califiquen en la tienda hechas con tu tarjeta de crédito Ashley Advantage Synchrony por tiempo limitado en Ashley.
Ok, también queremos invitarlos a la reunión mensual para los constituents o los constituyentes del precinto número 2. El comisionado Juan Carlos Vázquez los invita el día de mañana, ahí en el 400 de la calle Aguirre, ahí donde era la Old Cardwell School. Ahí están invitados todos. ¿Y esto es para qué? Para que si ustedes tienen algún problema, tienen algún comentario o algo que necesiten en su precinto, bueno, esperemos que puedan ustedes ir a esta junta para que puedan también platicar con su comisionado, decirle de los problemas que a lo mejor ustedes tienen y para que también puedan llegar a conocerlo un poquito más. Esta es una invitación para todos los del precinto número 2, que como les digo, el día de mañana, comenzando a las 6 de la tarde, va a ser esta junta para todos ustedes. Así es que los invitamos. Señor Javier, ¿algo más que tengamos? Pues no, ¿verdad? Esperar, sería nada más esperar los resultados, wait for the results. Vamos a ver qué es lo que pasa. No sé qué es lo que vayamos a... Ya son las 9:20.
Ya tenemos
9:20.
cerca de 2 horas y media ya, ¿eh?
Ya casi 2 horas y media aquí nosotros, como dice usted, esperando los resultados. Vamos a ver qué es lo que nos dicen ahorita en unos cuantos minutos más. A lo mejor la nueva, ¿qué es? County Clerk.
County Clerk.
Del condado, a ver qué es lo que nos dice, si ya nos puede tener resultados. Es algo que yo creo en estos tiempos ya estamos acostumbrados a esperarnos más o menos este tiempo, esta cantidad de tiempo. Nada más lo que sí es que no se haga muy noche, ¿verdad?
Lo más que no se haga muy noche, exactamente. Para la cantidad de, I think for the amount of people that came out to vote in early voting in election
¿Sí tiene
day,
números de cuántos salieron?
the some of the precincts, yes, I do. For example, this is only at 5:30 when I went and look how many people have voted to that time.
Okay.
So these numbers probably are not the final, but for example, in your Ramos Center, which is the precinct 1, 294. 294 at 5:30 in the afternoon, probably 5:30 to 7, maybe another 100 people might come in to vote. So you might think that probably will be between 350 and 390 in early voting on that particular precinct. Now, if you compare that precinct 1 with precinct 3, at the Northside Baptist.
I actually went and checked at 11:30 and we had 221 at 11:30. So
No,
a lot of
5:30
Uh-huh.
it was 760.
706. So
That's a lot.
that kind of tells you a little bit which precincts go out to vote more. Can we say that?
Yes, yeah, but some numbers that Eddie gave me of how many people came out to vote 4 years ago when Bob Nettleton was running against two other candidates, it was the same number. Same amount of people that came out to vote in early voting 4 years ago came out on 2024 this year, or an early voting this time. So one of my surprises is that none of these candidates brought in new people to come and vote. So
you wanted to see more
new people because you
or
have
more,
three or four different candidates that are running. So you might think that those people are going to bring, their friends and all that, but didn't happen. No pasó eso. Entonces, casi está saliendo la misma cantidad de gente que salía con 2 candidatos, que ahora tienen 7 candidatos.
Ok. Entonces, pues vamos a ver qué es lo que pasa. Lo que sí sabemos, y yo creo podemos seguir diciendo, es que la gente del Río no sale a votar.
No sé.
¿Verdad? Es algo que podemos decir con confianza, no lo decimos de una mala manera, no lo decimos irrespetuosamente, nada más es la verdad.
Exactamente. Y
La gente del Río no sale, los números no mienten.
Simplemente, bueno, no todo del Río, ¿verdad? Casi la parte norte de la ciudad es la que sale a votar, y te lo estoy diciendo aquí con estas
cantidades, con estas
cifras. Exacto. 760 en la parte norte en un precinto, 294 en la parte de San Felipe de un precinto. O sea, estás hablando de, allá salen 400 personas más que en San Felipe, digo, y es la misma cantidad de personas.
Ahora, pero ese precinto que usted dice es el Civic Center, pero todavía faltaría
sería
Joe Ramos, ¿no?
Sería North Baptist 760 y Joe Ramos 294. So de los 7 candidatos que estaban participando en el precinto 1, nomás sacaron 294
gentes
votos,
a votar.
Son muy poquito.
Bueno, claro, a eso hay que agregarle los que faltan.
Los que votaron desde las 5:30 a las 7, ponle uno 75, 100 personas.
Sí, por eso
más.
decimos, no queremos ser irrespetuosos, no quiero que nos lo tomen a mal, pero sí, lamentablemente, primero que nada, somos un pueblo donde no salimos todos a votar. Sale más o menos el 10%, 11%, esperemos que esta vez sea de perdido al 12%. En este tipo de elecciones, cuando en otros condados sí ves poquito más, 15, 18, 20%, que es lo normal, ¿verdad?
Y es una lástima porque perdemos todos al no salir a votar.
¿Sí?
Nomás fíjense, Eagle Pass sale 3 veces más de la gente allá en Eagle Pass que en Del Río, cuando Eagle Pass tiene menos gente que el condado de Valverde.
Así es.
Y, ¿qué es lo que pasa? Todos los políticos van a Eagle Pass y le dan a Eagle Pass lo que necesite para nuevas, inclusive
nuevas universidades,
va a una universidad de Eagle Pass, en lugar de que la hubiéramos tenido aquí nosotros, ahora la van a poner a Eagle Pass y nos van a quitar el Junior College aquí a lo mejor. Entonces, eso es lo que sí nos puede, que por no participar en estas elecciones o no ser parte del proceso electoral, perdemos mucho. La ciudad pierde total mucho porque los políticos que ganan pues no van a venir aquí. ¿Para qué vamos a Del Río?
Eso es algo que también vimos, señor Javier, con el conteo, el famoso census que vemos cada 10 años. También vimos una cantidad, en vez de subir, bajó nuestra población. Entonces, eso también quiere decir lo mismo, ¿verdad? Que si la gente no toma el tiempo para llenar ese tipo de censo, ¿qué es lo que dice el gobierno? Bueno, pues si en vez de tener 39,000, 40,000 personas, tienes 35, pues no te vamos a mandar todo el dinero que necesitas.
No,
o no te vamos a mandar esta ayuda, te vamos a mandar menos porque tienes menos gente. Cuando en realidad sí tenemos esa cantidad.
O no te vamos a mandar nada. Por ejemplo, si pasas de 50,000, digo, la cantidad de grants y de beneficios que les da el gobierno federal son inmensos, y nosotros no hemos sobrepasado eso precisamente por lo que tú dices. Pero anyway, people are still here, and we see quite a bit of people because, there are, for about 7 plus 4, 11, and some other candidates that are running.
For other positions, of course, yes.
Sí, and we'll see, groups with each of the candidates that are running, still waiting as we are, and as the people that are seeing us or listening to us.
Something that we do need to talk about is some of these two precincts that we have. Do you think it's going to be might there be a runoff?
Oh yes,
definitely. From your experience,
I guess so. No matter how many people came out to vote, there are 3 candidates, and it is very, very difficult to a candidate when you have more than 2 to get 50% plus one.
Okay.
I think that
to clarify
it can happen only 1 or twice throughout.
The history,
the past 45 or 50 years.
So people know they have to get if they get let's say get a total of 2,000 votes between all the candidates. One candidate has to get 1,000 plus 1 vote, so 1,001 vote, and then they could be the winning candidate.
The winning candidate, which will be.
But what happens when? Let's say in precinct 3 we have 4 candidates.
Mm-hmm.
How do you make the decision which candidates go to the runoff?
It will be
the top 2.
It will be the same thing. The top 2 numbers that you get there. If 1,000 people came out to vote, if some candidates got one got 500, the other one 490, and the other 110. So the 490 plus the 500 are going to go into the runoff.
Okay.
So whoever gets. The two candidates that get
the highest number,
the highest numbers of people voting for them.
Those will be the ones that would go to the runoff, right? So
now, on this particular race, Eddie Amezcua, Raúl Alatorre, Miguel Zúñiga, tengo 3. Tú decías que había 4.
Y también a Fernando García.
Sí, Fernando García, ¿verdad? Me faltó ahí, sí, cierto, tienes razón. Son 4. Son 4 y I don't know if depends. All 4 or at least 3 are very well known in the community, so they did work pretty hard. Mm-hmm. They didn't bring any newcomers, new voters to the process.
I think we'll just have to wait to see what the Republicans, right? Because the people that could vote for them were Republicans.
Right.
Who did they decide who would choose to
vote for? Right.
If it's half and half, or if it's like you're saying, whoever has the 3 top. Right, 3 top numbers. The 2 top numbers. Those will be going for a runoff.
For a runoff, exactly. And the other one with 7 candidates, definitely, is going to be a
runoff also
runoff.
between those
the 2 that get
the most
votes.
The most votes. So that is something that we're just waiting for to see if.
Do you think that when you have 7 candidates and they did all what they can do in early voting and election day, do you think that they might be thinking, I'm the one that are going to get the most votes and avoid the runoff?
Well,
do you think some of them might think that way, or they might say, "Well, I did what I did by looking at the numbers"?
I think it's very hard, especially when you have that many candidates.
Same.
Now it can happen, right? We were talking about that on the show, and some people were commenting, "Well, I think Precinct 1 has a better option of just getting one candidate to 50 plus 1," which I don't think that's true, but that's what some of the comments that we were getting. So. I believe what I think, what we've seen in the past is runoff between in both precincts, right? So this was something that'll be happening in May, somewhere around there.
Right now, when you have on the precinct 1 where you have 7 candidates, there is no way that somebody is going to get 50% plus 1. Now in the other one where you have 4,
well, that's what I thought. But some people did say that on precinct 1, they did believe that one candidate could get 50 plus 1. I don't see that happening. But
I don't see that happen either.
But
it could.
It could happen, right?
That doesn't mean that it's not going to happen. It could happen. That one individual was very likable to most of the voters, and they're going to vote with him.
Yeah.
You know, and he might get 50%.
But Senor Javier, something else that we've seen in the past is that we've talked to candidates, right? We've been fortunate enough to talk to a lot of candidates.
Right.
We've been able to see a lot of candidates, and we've had the opportunity to talk to some candidates that have that mindset, right? Because they do go talk to people, they do the door by door, knocking on door people, and they get a false sense of hope because people do tell them, I am going to vote for you. You got my vote. But then on election day, they see that they only got 20, 30 votes or 50 votes or 60 votes, right? So what does that tell you? That people aren't actually honest?
No.
When candidates go?
One of the things that happen in an election is if some candidate goes to 100 homes, let me tell you that all those people that answer the door, no one is going to say, no, I'm not going to vote for you. Everyone is going to tell you that they're going to vote for you. But then at the end of the day, it's going to be something else. And really, the only thing that you did is just
But that's what I'm saying. I think people don't have, we could say, the valor of just being upfront and telling them, you know what? I already have my candidate. Thank you for coming. But we're not like that, right? We don't want to make anybody feel bad. I think
we're not like that. Now, if you're living in San Antonio, Chicago, or New York, probably you could do that because you really do not know that well that particular candidate. But here in Del Rio, when you have people that are well known, let me go and see. And see what happens. And see. Yes, Memo. We do have probably some results already. We're going to put the mic over here so everybody will know the result. Ms. Chapoy.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead. If you have anything to tell the audience.
Yes, I do. Okay, hello, Val Verde County. I am Teresa Esther Chapoy, your Val Verde County clerk. I took office on January 1st of last year. I did run the constitutional amendment election in November of 2023, and today is my first primary election ever. I want to thank my county clerk department employees who all worked in this election. Maria Fuentes, my chief deputy, Melissa Infante, assistant chief deputy, elections clerk, my elections guru, and deputy clerks Cristal Cedillo, Blanca Gonzalez, Marta Jimenez, Ruby Nieto, she's an elections clerk, Norma Rangel, Miguel Lozano, Mary Ellen Aguirre, and without their assistance, this would not have been possible. There are numerous election workers who are reliable, responsible, and dedicated people who I greatly appreciate as well. I want to thank the Val Verde County employees and management, especially Judge Lewis Owens, and the county commissioners Juan Carlos Vasquez, Gustavo Flores, Martin Wardlaw, and Bo Nettleton. And I cannot help but also, when you start thanking people, you get afraid that you're going to forget somebody. But I have to mention the IT department, Judge Sergio Gonzalez, the JPs, the engineer department, the maintenance department, the sheriff's department, and the county attorney's office. When I first took this office, I remember Judge Owens telling me that we work as a team. And this was really beautiful the way this all came together. It got very hairy for a while there, but everything worked out fine. This being my bully pulpit, I want to take the opportunity to state that I was elected, for the most part, to do what I am doing, to manage the elections for this county. And I am aware that there are rumors floating regarding the establishment of an election administrator and to create this position by filleting my department and removing my responsibilities and involvement in elections. What I ask of you is that you become involved in your government, and if you agree that I should continue conducting elections, that you voice your opinion to your commissioners and to the county judge. I know that not everyone is of the same mindset, and that if you are in favor of the creation of an EA position, that you do this in the same way and voice your opinion to your elected officials. What I can promise you is this. As long as I am responsible for the elections, they will be fair, honest, and I will safeguard the purity of the elections. That's me. So now I know that you're here to find out the numbers. You weren't here for my little story, but that's what you got. Here's copies. You can pass those out.
Thank you.
Okay, which one do you want first?
County Commissioner, yes.
Well, let's see. Monday?
Just do the precinct 1. Everybody's here for precinct 1 and 3. They're the ones that are going to probably.
Okay.
That's all state.
That's all the state. Y'all don't care about Biden and Trump? Come on.
Let's do local. County attorney.
Okay,
And are these results the early voting or totals?
they're totals. They're totals.
Including mail-ins and early voting.
Total entire election.
But they're unofficial until we get all the rest of this.
Yes.
The rest of them, okay. Okay, oh, you don't care about that one. Okay. That one ran unopposed. That one ran unopposed. No. Sheriff,
This is Republican primary.
Republican primary, Rogelio Roger Hernandez, total 1,120.
That's early voting. Totals 2,047.
I'm sorry, 2,047.
Foresight.
Okay. County Commissioners,
Can you repeat that again?
Sheriff is 2,047, and that is the total votes. County tax assessor, collector, you have Maricar Ortega Chatler, 1,995. County Commissioner, Precinct 1, Alfinio Flores with 298. County Commissioner, Precinct 3, and again, this is Republican only. Precinct 3, you have Miguel Zúñiga, 182. Eddie Amezcua Jr., 650. Raúl Alatorre, 239. Fernando Garcia, 596. County Constable, Precinct 3, Donnie Fernandez, 701. Michael Wancho, 951. Do y'all want propositions or?
nah, I don't want propositions. I don't want propositions.
Precinct 1.
Okay, all right. You don't care about the president, right? Okay.
About third page.
Okay, they're gonna
That's
care about
representative
that.
districts. Second, one more.
I can't find the page
Right
there.
here.
Okay.
You start right there. County Sheriff.
Okay. The sheriff,
Joe Frank.
Joe Frank Martinez.
1,579 for Joe Frank Martinez. County Tax Assessor, Collector, Maite Rivera, 548. Elodia Garcia, 1,188. County Commissioner, Precinct 1, Sergio Rodriguez, 83. Carlos Robles, 38. Enrique Treviño, 125. Sergio Diaz, 124. Bruno Lozano, 93. David Medina, 27. Kerr Wardlaw, 211.
Okay.
And Constable Precinct 1, Dionisio Treviño, 451. Constable Precinct 2, Daniel Reyes Jr., 259. Constable Precinct 4, Gerardo Hernandez, 327.
And both of those precincts, no one got 50% plus one, which means that it's going to be a runoff between which candidates?
Okay, look at yours again.
Which
Can you read
ones?
the
Democrat?
commissioners and the JP? Or, yeah.
Okay, you doing the Republican there?
They want Democrats, correct?
Oh, they want Democrats?
Precinct 1,
The
yes.
one you just read. That there
Precinct
is
1.
7.
Well, what happened with it?
The last
Y'all
ones.
didn't care about,
Constables or commissioners?
Commission.
Commissioner
my
Precinct
Yes.
1? Oh, you're good. Okay, you want all of them?
Please.
Sergio Rodriguez, 83. Carlos Robles, 38. Enrique Treviño, 125. Sergio Diaz, 124. Bruno Lozano, 93. David Medina, 27. And Kurt Wardlaw, 211. Runoff, just by looking at it right now, it looks like it's going to be between Enrique Treviño, Sergio Diaz, and Kurt Wardlaw.
It's going to be only two. It has to be two only.
At this time, these are...
Who are the two candidates that get the
call
vote?
it out because these are only differentiated by one vote, and we still have pending ballots. We have ballots by mail that are pending. We cannot make that call at this moment. Yes, we still have ballots pending in the mail.
Can you repeat the Republican sheriff numbers?
Sheriff Rogelio Roger Hernandez, 2,047. Yes, very welcome.
Everybody has no, that's it.
So it's going to be runoff from both of the races, right? Can I have a copy of that, please? No, a copy of the results for the radio station, please. I'm trying to get a copy of the final results. So most likely it's going to be Sergio Diaz and what was the other one?
Go ahead and give him one of these.
Kurt Wardlaw.
Give him this one and we'll get
All right. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, Guillermo Garza, those are the numbers. I'm bringing in the numbers and paper so you will know exactly who are the two. Who are the two people that are going to be?
The numbers that I got here, Sir Javier, I was able to write them down.
All right, good.
And we do have, like you're saying, right now, Sergio Diaz has 124. Mr. Treviño has 125, and Kurt Wardlaw has 211. So it would be, depending on the rest, whoever, like from Sergio Diaz and Treviño, whoever gets the higher of them of two, with all the, with all the election counted and all that, that's who would decide. So those are the ones that two are kind of up. Kurt Wardlaw has enough votes to go to a runoff. So yes, and on the other one, we have Fernando Garcia. And I believe it'll be Eddie Amezcua. Eddie Amezcua 650 and Fernando Garcia 596. So
those are the two that are going to congratulations to
them.
all of them, and the ones that are going to the runoff.
The other one that was also for constable for precinct 3. It was Donnie Fernandez. I have 701 and Michael Wancho with 951.
So Wancho won.
Wancho won. So he should be. I don't think he has an opponent for November, so he should be our next constable for precinct 3.
So yes, one more time, nuevamente les vamos a repetir.
Son los que importan, las que estábamos esperando, ¿verdad? Las elecciones para la gente que nos escucha en español. Ahorita con los resultados que nos dieron, tenemos un runoff en el precinto número 1 entre, bueno, todavía no sabemos, ¿verdad? Esto es extraoficial o no oficial todavía. Tenemos a Sergio Díaz con 124 votos, a Mr. Treviño con 125 votos y con Kurt Wardlaw con 211 votos. So, ahorita sería, dependiendo de Sergio Díaz y Treviño, dependiendo de ellos, quién saque la mayoría de los votos, ¿verdad? Serían los que serían al runoff. El que tenga el mayor de los votos de ellos dos, al final del día, ya cuando se haga el conteo total, bien, ¿verdad? Porque hacen falta unos...
One of the things that I see here, they didn't give us the percentage, so we know,
how many went out to vote. Yes.
Right.
So ahorita lo que se ve es 125.
What I can see is with the interviews that we did, especially on precinct 1, Kurt Wardlaw has 211. 211 votes versus Sergio Díaz and Treviño, 125 and 124.
And then also the other one here that we're looking at is Maite Rivera, which was for tax collector, and Elodia Loli Garcia was able to win by double.
But since it was only two candidates, Elodia would be
the one that automatically yes. But I'm just saying the ones that people were kind of waiting for, and then the other one for precinct 3, like we were saying, we will have a runoff between Mr. Eddie Amezcua and Mr. Fernando Garcia, which were the two highest numbers with 650 and 596. Now we do have Mr. Miguel, usted me dijo Miguel algo. Bueno, acá está. Precinct 3, Miguel Zúñiga.
O sea, aquí tengo todo.
Miguel Zúñiga sacó 182.
¿De qué viene siendo él?
¿De Precinct 3? Era Miguel Zúñiga,
Precinct
182. Precinct 3. Ese es Precinct 1. Yo aquí los apunté, nada más que los nombres sí no me acuerdo, por eso le digo bien. Fernando García, 596. El otro candidato era Raúl Alatorre sacó 239. Eri Amezcua 650 y Miguel Zúñiga 182. Aquí pues, los dos que tienen mayor puntuación es Eri y Fernando García. Eri Amezcua y Fernando García se irían a un runoff. Y bueno, esto es lo que nosotros, gracias a... Y sí, pues no se tardaron tanto, señor Javier.
No, estuvo bien.
Muchas felicidades y queremos hacerlo público. We do want to say this in public.
Sí, se dio, ¿verdad? Con el
Sí, se dio muy bien todo. Felicidades también a Miss Chapoy, ¿verdad? Por muy buen trabajo. La queremos felicitarla, queremos mandarle felicitaciones, queremos agradecerle que no nos hizo quedar aquí como hasta las 12 o 1 de la mañana.
¿Cómo ves? Podrías decir que hubo sorpresa. No tengo aquí, deja ver en dónde viene o no me dieron la hoja del Partido Republicano y nomás me dieron.
¿No son estas?
A ver, fíjate ahí.
Estas son las del Republicano.
Okay, a ver, fíjate
aquí si quieren saber también total de votos para Donald Trump sacó 2,643.
Son bastantes.
Nikki Haley sacó 337. Ok, Ted Cruz, Tony González. Bueno, Tony González aquí en nuestro condado sacó 1,000 votos. Y el que más se le acerca es Mr. Frank López Jr. con 834 votos.
Mira, sí sacó bastantes. Frank, a pesar de que era independiente,
sí,
por decirlo así, ¿verdad?
Vamos a irnos ahora acá a lo que nosotros nos interesa, ¿verdad?
Número 3, ¿verdad? Estarías hablando.
Sí, precinto número 3.
A ver, State Representative.
Aquí está, mire, Alfinio Flores, que es el por el lado republicano, sacó 298 votos.
Ok.
En el precinto 1, y ahora sí tenemos a Miguel Zúñiga con 182 votos, Eri Amezcua 650, Raúl J. Alatorre 239 y Fernando García 596. Esos son los votos, como decimos, con esas cantidades, bueno, sería un runoff entre Eri Amezcua y Fernando García en las próximas elecciones que habría aquí, ¿verdad? Y luego, como decíamos, para Constable Precinct 3, Mr. Donny Fernández sacó 701 votos y Mr. Michael Wancho sacó 951. Entonces, ahí gana Mr. Michael Wancho. Entonces, bueno, sería el nuevo Constable del precinto número 3 para todos ustedes aquí. Y bueno, esos son lo que más nos importaba. Those are all the results that we got.
Entonces, los que van dependiendo cómo
sí,
cómo salga Enrique Treviño o
Sergio Díaz,
la diferencia
ahorita
es un voto.
Exactamente, por eso no pueden dar todavía quién quedaría.
Porque
125
hay algunos votos que por contar todavía.
Sí, por contar, que pueden estar esperando a lo mejor de que vienen por correo, ¿verdad? De gente que vota.
Quiero decir aquí, viendo los 6 o 7, yo seeing the 6 or 7 candidates that are running, the people that voted on that precinct, which was the same people that voted 4 years ago, they went with the last name of Warlaw.
Yes.
Instead with the others.
Yes.
They thought that
he did a quite significant amount of
much more, almost 100
votes more
than any of the other 6 candidates. So they went with that. They really like the work that Martin Warlaw has been done for many years. Even though Kurt Warlaw did a good work, you know, he did walk the street, and I'm pretty sure the other ones did. But what I'm saying is a lot of difference between Kurt Warlaw and either Treviño or Sergio Díaz.
Yes.
You're talking about 100 votes more. So in the runoff of whoever
if we look at the amount, it would be Kurt Warlaw and Treviño, right? Because he has one more vote than Sergio Díaz. But that's what they want to clarify first. That's what they want to get make sure. So we'll have to wait till they check all the votes, everything gets counted correctly, they get all the mail-in and all that other stuff, or some votes that they might be missing. If this affects them in any way, then we'll have to wait. And if not, if these two tie, it might be, between these three. right?
Right.
So we'll have to
But
see.
I don't know if it could be a tie between
Yes.
Sergio and Enrique.
Yes.
But Enrique.
But for right now, what it looks like, it would be the two highest numbers would be Kerr Wardlaw and Enrique Trevino.
Enrique Trevino,
Yes,
right.
that's what we see right now with these numbers, right? They still need to check them.
And still, she say for about what? For about another 30 or 40. 30 or 40 people need to be counted.
Something
Votes
like that.
need to be counted. Something like that.
So we'll have to see if that even makes a difference
very,
here.
Very interested. Still is going to be a runoff. Eddie did a terrific job in the
Yes.
Republican. Now, as I can see here, now it's very,
Yes.
very interesting.
We have Miguel Zúñiga, 182. Eddie Amezcua, 650 votes. Raúl J. Alatorre with 239. And then we have Fernando Garcia with 596. Now there, it's a total of 56 votes that makes the difference between Mr. Amezcua and Mr. Garcia. So now you are going to have the votes from Zúñiga and from Alatorre that these people are going to have to work for, right? For their party. So
one of the things that usually the candidates that are going to the runoff are going to say, well, let's see if the other candidates that didn't make it can endorse me.
Yes.
For the people who voted for them can vote for
We'll
me
have to
now.
see.
And it's going to be until May. They're going to have plenty of time, but really they cannot make any
now we do have
any
to
campaign
point,
yet.
We do have to point something out. The votes that Mr. Alfinio Flores got from the Democratic, or from the Republican Party, for that precinct. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to look for. I no sé dónde está este.
It's in precinct 1.
Yeah, precinct 1. Este no está aquí. Tengo que buscarlo bien, espérenme, porque son muchas hojas.
Yeah.
Just as a piece,
But
place
she was,
one.
She was very nice.
Yes.
Ms. Chapoy
And I want to congratulate her. We did have that. Aquí está, County Commissioner Precinct 1, 298. So 298 against 211 de Kerr Wardlaw. Ahí va a estar bueno. Ahorita. Pero bueno, los demócratas son más. Estamos viendo que salieron más demócratas a votar en ese precinto. More Democrats came out to vote, right? Because we do have more candidates.
And that's probably what
298.
And that's probably what Alfinio is going to get in the general. There is no more Democrats for about 20%, for about 15 or 20%.
So we're saying what we're saying right there. We don't want to. ¿Cómo se dice? Confirm anything, but we're seeing that more Democrats go out and vote in that precinct than Republicans, right?
Okay. Definitely. There is, like I say, maybe in the future
we'll have
might
to
be
see
a chance for a Republican candidate to win. I don't see that happen this year, but still,
Yes.
Congratulations
to all of them. The only ones that we do have that they win is Miss Elodia, right? She did get, so she's gonna be our. Unless she has somebody on the Republican side, but I don't think they have anybody on the Republican side.
I'm surprised that, not surprised, but a person that really wasn't known that much got that many votes on precinct 1, which is Mr. Trevino.
Yes.
I think that's the first time that he went, the first time that he is going into a political
that
position.
must mean something. That must mean that he did either the people
did
liked
work
him, or
he
worked the
did-
people, right?
he worked
the streets, and he worked the people. So congratulations to them. Also want to congratulate Mr. Juancho. He will be the next constable for precinct number 3. So
And the only thing is that probably they're not going to be able to do any kind of campaign until the city elections comes through. City elections are going to be on May 4 or 5, around there, and then the runoff election is going to be on May the 27th, around the 27th. So they're going to have only for about 20 days to really
get
work
out and work the people.
And work the people.
Okay.
But we would like to thank all of the people that were listening to us and seeing us here at the Val Verde County courthouse, as we have done for so many years.
And once again, I do want to thank Ms. Teresa Esther Chapoy. A great job that she did do today, getting the votes at this time. I don't think it's I think it's the first time that we've been able to leave this early
Yes,
for some
yes.
for a long time. So
That's
congratulations to
right.
her, not only her but all her staff, all the county commissioners, all the judge. También want to
The
thank the
judge that
judge for
provided
providing
the
for the light. Yes, thanks to the judge.
Josh
también.
Owens, thank you very much.
Yes.
Muchas gracias.
So, felicidades a todos los que trabajan en el condado y también a Miss Teresa Esther Chapoy, muchas felicidades.
Por el gran trabajo que hizo, ¿eh?
Estábamos con esa duda, señor Javier, estábamos pensando, bueno, si se iba a poder hacer más rápido el conteo, si se iba a poder sacar los números rápido
Sí,
y felicidades a ella, sí se hizo.
Sí,
Entonces
lo hizo bien
la
para
queremos
ser-
felicitar.
para ser la primera vez,
Para
¿no?
ser la primera vez, muy bien.
Y queremos también agradecer a nuestros sponsors, Off-Road Recovery, Plaza del Sol Mall, del Río Chamber of Commerce, Chintos Mexican Restaurant y del Río Towing and Wreck.
Okay.
Para ellos, muchas gracias.
Les agradecemos
Guillermo,
a todos ustedes. Esperemos que tengan una excelente noche. Mañana, como quieran, en Town Talk Live pueden ver pueden saber de estos números. Si tienen alguna duda, escúchenos el día de mañana en Town Talk Live. Para KWMC, señor Javier.
Javier Martínez.
Guillermo Garza,
Y
Javier
Javier
Martínez
Martínez
Jr. también.
Ya
Le mandamos
está.
saludos que ya está
Exacto.
trabajando.
Exacto.
Nos vemos mañana. Que Diosito me los bendiga. Que tengan excelente